First out was Verdetto.
And over in Melbourne today, the races are at Flemington. We're taking you now to race 5, the Chester Manifold Stakes. Your race caller is John Russell.
The back of Station Hander, 2 lengths away. Then is Great Vintage over on the inside, being followed by Chevelle Cavalier, 1.5 lengths to Bar High. And last of all is Zephyr Elko Bay. Down the side they race at the 1,000. Jack Pill in charger, led by 1.5 lengths in advance here of Verdetto on the outside of Sarah Sun. 2 lengths away is Durbridge running fourth. 1 length to Station Hand on the outside of Walter, followed by our Pompeii. Gap then to Great Vintage. They're followed by Chevelle Cavalier from Bar High and Zephyr Elko Bay. Nearing the home turner, 700 metres out, and Jack Pill is the leader by 1 length to Sarah Sana. They're closely followed over on the outside, Verdetto. Durbridge looks to be going well just behind them, fourth as they swing for home. 2 lengths to Station Hand. Walter at the head of the others, and further back in the field then Chevelle Cavalier. Our Pompey's a mile back, and so is Great Vintage. Coming down towards the 400 metre mark now, and Jack Pill about to be tackled by Verdetto. And here comes Durbridge down the outside, putting in a great run, and Sarah Sun is also in the picture. But Durbridge has swept to the front with 200 metres left to go, has kicked away now. Great Vintage running on well down the outside second, and Station Hand finishing on. Durbridge is the leader. Great Vintage is starting to fly home, but Durbridge has got it shot to bits. Durbridge too good, wins it by 2 lengths to Great Vintage. 2 lengths away, third Station Hand. Our Pompeii was a good run fourth. In behind them, Chevelle Cavalier, Verdetto, Sarah Sun behind them, followed by Jack Pill and Walter, and Zephyr Elko Bay, and the last to finish is Bar High.
Durbridge, the unofficial winner of the Chester Manifold Stakes. Very good horse, Durbridge. And your caller there was John Russell. Here at Bellerive Oval and Herman. Just a reminder of that race 5 at Flemington, the Chester Manifold Stakes. Durbridge paid $3.20 and $1.50 for the place. Great Vintage was second, paying $2.10, and Station Hand third, $1.80. 1, 5 and 4 the TAB numbers.
Over to Randwick for Sydney race 6, the Expressway Stakes. Your caller is Johnny Tapp.
Thank you, Tony Gregg. Yes, the Expressway Stakes to be run under standard weight for age conditions, and you couldn't get a smarter field at this early stage of the season. It's Group 2, 1,200 metres, and some outstanding horses coming back after spells. Soho Square, winner of a Doncaster, Big Dreams, Air Seattle, who was a very close second in last year's Caulfield Cup. Sublimate, a top Queenslander, winner of the Galaxy last year, and Burst, of course, won a Golden Slipper as a 2-year-old. Wonderful field. Now, the last 3 or 4 have moved in. Miss Kariba goes up with Fine Design. Soho Square stands nicely with Air Seattle. Burst has moved in, and they look to be all set. Campaign Warrior drawn close to the inside. It's the Expressway Stakes. He hits the button and they're off. Miss Kariba wide out, bounced out in front of Mighty Tango. Soho Square began well. Skating is zooming along the fence to head them all off, followed by Big Dreams, Campaign Warrior, All Our Mob, Sublimate. Midfield when they get going, WBet, followed by Antwerp, Fine Design. Air Seattle third last. Burst is second last, and Corndale is back at the tail as they go over the crossing. Miss Kariba the leader by a bit more than a length to Skating. Big Dreams in the centre. Mighty Tango makes a line of 3, a length away Campaign Warrior. Then Sublimate, All Our Mob, followed by Soho Square, who's trapped wide. Further back, Antwerp as they come to the turn. WBet between horses. And then Fine Design, followed by Air Seattle. Burst is second last as they turn the corner, and 2 lengths away last is Corndale. Straightening up the leader, Miss Kariba. Over Skating now, taken away from the fence, and she's going up to tackle Miss Kariba as they top the hill. Big Dreams putting in a dash, followed by All Our Mob, and then Sublimate and Soho Square coming right down the extreme outside. At the 200, Skating joins Miss Kariba. Big Dreams has All Our Mob out of the pack, and Soho Square on the extreme outside. Skating tackled by Big Dreams, All Our Mob, and Soho Square lunging at the lot of them. Is it Jimmy Cassidy again? Yes, it is. Soho Square got up to beat Big Dreams, and Skating in a thriller to the Expressway. All Our Mob has just missed the place, followed by Sublimate, Miss Kariba, then WBet, Air Seattle, followed by Corndale, Fine Design, Burst as well back, and then Mighty Tango, followed by Antwerp, and last of all, Campaign Warrior. What a first up win by Soho Square. Terrific training performance by Ian Saunders, and another classic ride by Jimmy Cassidy. Soho Square, $8.90 and $3.10, has grabbed Skating in the shadows of the post, with Big Dreams looking the likely winner and just dying on his run, and All Our Mob, who looked like being right in the finish, has wilted just slightly, and looks to have missed the place by a whisker, although there's really not a lot in it. It's Soho Square. Big Dreams will be second, and very little between Skating and All Our Mob for third. Stand by for numbers. Soho Square to pay $8.90 and $3.10. Now, Big Dreams will pay a place dividend of $2.20, and third, either All Our Mob, number 6, a place dividend of $2.40, or Skating, number 9, a place dividend of $2.10. As we go back to the cricket.
Welcome back to Bellerive. As Ricky Ponting gets busy for, advises me, that's the result at Randwick race 6. $8.90 for Soho Square. That's good odds for top horse first up. $3.10 for a place. Big Dreams, well, Victorian Dreams aren't so big here at the moment, $2.20. And All Our Mob, that's Greggy and his hanger-oners, $2.40.
At Flemington now, the Vanuatu Stakes, and your caller is John Russell.
Then came March here, being followed by Battle Hawk and Pearl Princess in them. Waikika Mukau second last, and last of all is Mr. Mutual Respect running down towards the 1100 metre mark, and there's not much speed on. And Super Act is the leader by a half length in advance now. Going up to take it on was March here, and Mahogany is close handy in behind them. Mr. Mutual Respect is up there with them as they pass the 1000, being followed by Let's Cut Loose on the rails. A length further back then came Battle Hawk, followed by Waikika Mukau, who's second last, and Pearl Princess dropped out to last at the 800. Mr. Mutual Respect goes to the front, about 2 lengths in advance here of March here on the outside of Super Actor. A length further away is Mahogany over on the outside of Let's Cut Loose, followed by Battle Hawk. 2 lengths away to Waikika Mukau second last, and Pearl Princess last of all as they round the home turner. 550 metres left to go. Mr. Mutual Respect the leader. He's about 2 lengths clear. Super Actors down the outside, followed by March here, and then Battle Hawk and Mahogany is in behind them, and they're followed by Let's Cut Loose and Waikika Mukau down past the 400 metre mark, and Super Actors moved up on the outside to tackle Mr. Mutual Respect, and they're clear of March here, and here comes Mahogany down the outside, rattling home, and Waikika Mukau down past the 200 metre mark. Mahogany on the outside is grabbing Mr. Mutual Respect, who's fighting on well, but Mahogany will be too good. Mahogany in front. Mahogany wins it. Mahogany's won from Mr. Mutual Respect, and Let's Cut Loose close up third. They're followed by Super Act, back behind them Waikika Mukau, Pearl Prince, followed by March here, and last of all to finish is Battle Hawk.
Unofficial winner Mahogany, what a good horse. Great win there at Flemington in race 7, the Vanuatu Stakes, back here at Bellerive. At Fingers race, 1200 metres, 3-year-old fillies, and here's Johnny Tapp.
Thank you, Richie. Yes, named in honour of a wonderful race mare, winner of the 1965 Melbourne Cup, the great Light Fingers, who died in New Zealand at 27 years of age, just a few years back. Oh, here's one through the gates. Now, Victory Command put some pressure on the front gates, and they burst open, and looked as though she was going to break clear, but she didn't. She decided to stay there. Craig Carmody was able to keep her under control. One of the gatemen onto the track to close those gates again. So they look to be all set and ready for dispatch in the Group 2 Light Fingers Stakes. Entrance stands up well, so does Reign of Honour. Sashed, Grey Riff out wide with Sweet Hour. Starter ready. Line's good. They're off in the Light Fingers towards the outside. Futile began fast, and so did Gem of the West. Grey Riff is away like a rocket. Blue Fields began brilliantly, and Sweet Hour prominent soon after the start, followed by Janelle again. Entrance is right up there with them in the early part, and then Star Regalia. Victory Command a little better than midfield, is improving rapidly along the fence, followed by Sashed and Diamond Harbour. Gem of the West is now dropping well back with Does She Bite, followed by Arborea, and then Futile and well back Constant Flight, and Reign of Honour as last as they come to the 600 metres mark. Blue Fields just the leader over Grey Riff on the outside. Janelle again third, followed by Entrance, and 3 deep is Sweet Hour. 2 lengths away Victory Command, followed by Star Regalia, and then Sashed and Diamond Harbour, followed by Gem of the West, Futile, Does She Bite, and Arborea. Heads a turn for home coming over the rise. Janelle again got up on the inside to join Blue Fields. Grey Riff further out. Sweet Hours running a bit of a race, followed by Star Regalia. Entrance is cutting back to the inside, and following her through is Arborea. Janelle again is in front with 100 to go. Clear of Entrance. Arborea about to burst into the clear. Diamond Harbour flying home, and Gem of the West down the outside. They're all over the place. Gem of the West and Arborea. Gem of the West for Queensland. Gem of the West beat Arborea. Diamond Harbour third. Janelle again ran a big race, followed by Sashed, and then Star Regalia, followed by Futile, Entrance, and then Does She Bite, Constant Flight, Grey Riff, followed well back in the field then by Blue Fields, Reign of Honour, Victory Command never in it, and Sweet Hour, who joined the leaders halfway down the straight, has pulled up amongst the last 3 or 4. Stand by for numbers on the Light Fingers Stakes, but Gem of the West, number 2, ridden by Grant Cooksley. trained by Roy Dawson in Brisbane, pays $12 and $3.90. Arborea second will pay $2.90, and Diamond Harbour third, number 4, to return $4 even. As we go back to the cricket.
Thanks, Johnny. Johnny Tapp in Sydney calling race 7 there. Gem of the West, the unofficial winner, and he's had a couple of good races to describe over there. Well, here Tasmania have defeated the Victorians and defeated them quite handsomely, and Tony Greig is down.